So I moved here from a house that my husband and I had built and loved for 25 years, but I moved here after he died to live around the corner from a daughter. I love the location, I love the view of the harbor, but the house needed everything fixed. So I bought the house for the location, but I needed to fix everything about it to be livable for me. The house, first of all, needed repairs. All the windows were leaking. It needed new HVAC system. It had had an addition put on about 20 years ago that had some structural problems where it met the house. The layout of the rooms upstairs was not open, very cramped and inefficient. And also I wanted a house where I could age in place, as they say, and I imagined that I would buy a one-story small house. Instead, I bought a huge two-story house. So I needed to added features that made the house livable even though it was 2 stories, like an elevator, handicapped accessible rooms and bathrooms and so forth. Well, I had lived in Charleston now for 30 years, so I actually knew I was going to use Classic. Classic had a really good reputation and had worked with some friends of mine, and I knew I needed a design build. I couldn't do this job with just a contractor, and the idea of using an architect separate from a contractor is kind of difficult. So I wanted a design build that had sort of a classic, streamlined look to your finished product and had good oversight, so I didn't have to stay on top of the subcontractors, and had everything in-house. This is my 11th house. I had to buy the house before I had a vision about how to remodel it, which was very uncomfortable for me. Every other house I've instantly known what I would do with it. But in this case, it was really a puzzle that we had to work out. They came here and met me at the house, first of all, just to look around and get some ideas. Classic came in and drew up the plans as is and determined which were structural walls, of course, to decide how we could go forward from there.
Working with our in-house designers, it does make it easier on us. We can get them on the phone anytime if there's a question or if there's a change that needs to be made. We get a complete scope of work, complete set of plans. If there's a question in the field or something needs to be changed in the field, it's easy. It's a fast process to be able to make the changes that we need to make or tweak something that we need to tweak to make the project keep moving smoother.
That's one of the things I like about Classic is the layers of supervision. Teddy Duvall was on the job site every day, and Teddy is a master carpenter himself, but also he's been a general contractor. So he knows how to work with all the subs. And so he's there overseeing. So I came to look at the work just about every day and would just sort of check in with Teddy to walk through the house with a list of my questions and their questions for me so that I could be efficient and not be pulled away during the day to answer questions. And you know, I like to have everything thought out ahead of time, every faucet chosen before construction started. So we really had very few surprises, which is good for a 50-year-old house.
On this project, we did it in 2 stages. First, we did the whole upstairs of the house, remodeled it completely, moved bedrooms, added bathrooms, added laundry room. And then the second stage of the house, we did the kitchen, the first floor. We removed all the cabinetry and appliances, put in new cabinetry, added in an elevator, made it a much more livable house for a modern family.
I wanted it to be livable and comfortable for me when I was by myself. but also be big enough to be a really good grandmother house, to have room for everybody to stay with me, for the kids to come over and be comfortable and play. So I needed big space for the big gatherings, but also comfortable space for myself. This turned into an ideal party house for one thing. The flow of the house is wonderful. I have the grandchildren, even on rainy days, there's no problem with having a house full of grandchildren, but also I can have a party with 20 or 30 people with no problem. This kitchen is the best kitchen I've ever had. I have it separated into cooking area and then serving areas, so the children can set the table while I'm cooking without tripping over each other. And then upstairs I have sort of a private suite with my own little lovely gas fireplace and like a spa bathroom. I have a retreat.
We repainted the entire outside of the house and put in all new windows. Second floor deck and a new back porch off of the kitchen.
Of course, I bought the house because of the view. I love looking at the water. I love watching the sun come up in the morning and the moon comes up right over there. In the evening, I can see all of that from my bedroom.
I think that the end result, the remodel paid off.
It was just a pleasure working with you. I hope I never have to remodel another house again, but I did enjoy this process.